And we're not really back, but we're kind of back, just giving everybody an update on what's been going on. Doing a lot of wiring. Here is the console that I'm going to be using with the Alpine GPS unit. Sorry, my neighbor just decided to start up his weed whacker. And I had switched the switches from the Contura 2 that have the little buttons on them to these much sleeker, smoother versions. The Contura 5 laser etched. Here's the console and what it's looking like. I switched this one here. It's going to be for the front roof rack lights. This is for the rear LED strip that I got from Mud UK. Right window, left window. This is the switch for the MOD HVAC system, and the two USBs. I am going to switch this one out for the one that has the 4 amp USBs from Blue Sea Systems, which is a little expensive. I think it's like $35 or something like that, but it'll charge everything up a lot faster. Here's the back of it. If anybody wants to see what that looks like. And yes, in order for me to have access to the space of the console that comes in here, I had to tilt these out even a little further. There's a previous video where it shows that these would have interfered with the top of the console unit that was going to go in there. But with the use of these angles and the opposing angle on the back side, I was able to remedy that, and it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty neat. Now, I was going to use this switch to turn on the heated side mirrors, but since I got the mobile center front windshield heater relay system, I can tap the heated mirrors into that. So I'll get rid of this, and in turn, since this is a regular simple on and off switch, I'm gonna go ahead and use a side switch. Now, I wanted to go ahead and use a side switch that would turn on both of the side lights, the side LEDs that I'm gonna put. But normally at Mud UK, they had this one, which had either the left or this one that had the right. So I emailed them and I said, since you guys laser etch these in-house, would you be able to make me a sideways one that had both lights? And they said, sure, not a problem. Check it out. Just a week later, nice. This is probably part of their inventory now. So very cool. If you want to just turn on the both work lamps on both sides of your vehicle, like at a campsite or something, you can put it into one, either sideways or vertical. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch this one out for this one. Let's do that right now. And there we go. Simple. Use this little tool. And then I had another request. Since I have the 2-speed switch for controlling the fans from AliSport, I wanted a switch that turned on the switch to 195 or the other way to 185. So I sent them this picture. This one. Come on. There you go. So I drew this picture just a few days ago on the 16th. And if you're highway driving, that you want the thermostat switch on the AliSport fan to turn on your fans at a higher temperature, because you're normally going to be cooler. And if you're off-roading, you want it to turn on your fans at a lower temperature because it's going to get hot faster. So I drew this out, and I used one of the tires that I had drawn before, and I sent this to them, and I said, could you guys do something with this? And they said, sure. And here it is. Here's the final product. This is for, for a 2-position switch. And it's, backlit, so if it's, if the lights are on behind it, it'll light up both sides. And let me show you what I have currently that I'm going to switch this one out for. All right, here we are. We'll have our on and off heater, on off AC, rear defrost, rear wash wipe, and now I'm going to put this one on here and switch this one from the old style, which was, it's either on, off in the middle, or down. And let me switch that out. That's a lot better. Custom. Usually leave it on. If it's real cold, you can leave it off. You just gotta make sure that you're paying attention to your thermostat. Let's see, is that in there? Yeah, it's in there. Up, off, down. All right. Oh, I gotta do it. There we go. That's what it was. All right. And let me update you on what's going on here. So I removed the small little 12 circuit hot rod quick wire setup that was here, and I put in this Blue Sea split system, which has 6 for the ignition and 6 for the ACC. I ran a hot cable into this side for these 6, and another one into this side here for these 6. I also took a feed off this hot one here for the horn relay. Put the horn relay back here. Here is the rear window relay, rear window defrost relay. Here is the starter relay, and the cover covers that perfectly fine. I still have a few more wires to trace and to wire in. A couple of wires like the constant hot for the dash gauges, that's going to be up here, and then the ACC wire for the dash gauges as well is going to be from back here. The AC unit I tapped into the lower air box, and it's going up here into adjustable face vents, and those work really well. Upgraded the steering wheel with a 2007 Puma real leather steering wheel that I got from the UK. Thank you very much for sending that off. And I'm upgrading to newer, longer wiring for the TD5 dash. Let's show you some other stuff. All right, temporary cover. I only work on this a couple of hours a day. So in the battery box, I have a constant hot feeding this strip of fuses. Constant hot, and it's going to the relays for the high beam, regular beam, a relay for the engine fan, for the condenser fan, for the straight power for the ignition switch, for the hazard switch, for the headlights and interior lights. Then we have 2 number 4s. Well, one of them is not connected at the moment. 2 number 4s that will be connected, one each to these breakers here. These are 100 amp breakers. So I got a number 4 wire going from the battery to the battery side of this. From this side, it's going to one side of this heavy duty relay, and from the other side it goes number 6 over here to the fuse panel. Then from the other breaker it goes over here to this relay, and from this relay on number 6 over to the other side of that fuse panel. So now I have a breaker for the ACC side and for the ignition side, and the trigger wires for both of these are depending on where the key is. Now here, the previous owner had used this 12 plug, which is usually used for like a 10AS immobilization system, and this is going away, and the original large 14 connector is going to go in its place, and I finally traced down all the wires. This will be my main ground for everything. I've already installed, got this switch new, got all the correct wires in the correct thickness, and this is ready to go. Then the 16 pin, which is going to replace this one. This is a bit of a mess, but it's all going to be nice and neat. On the bottom we have our hazard lights, our interior, and our door lock switch. So your door locks will be able to be controlled by here because it's now all electric door locks. So it's coming together. Sorry it doesn't look a little bit more organized, but slowly but surely it's coming together. This hood is being sold and replaced with a Puma hood, painted the same, but a brand new Puma hood, a real one, not a fiberglass one. So it'll look pretty identical, except for it'll be a Puma hood, and with the new prop rod and everything. It's coming together. I got to put a 2 lights there, and then I gotta go up here and I'm gonna hopefully put some IPF lights over here. So that's where it's at the moment. Have a great day, everybody.